Have you ever wondered why a simple cartoon about a family of pigs is currently being scrubbed from the internet? Rumors are swirling that 30 different countries just pulled specific episodes because they were way too dark for kids. People are losing their minds over what might be hidden in the background of these shows. Is there actually a secret sibling locked away, or is this just a massive internet prank? Today, we're uncovering the truth behind the banned footage that authorities do not want you to see. Stick around because the real reason for the censorship is crazier than any fan theory. TikTok is currently flooded with content that turns the wholesome British preschool cartoon into a full-blown nightmare. Trending hashtags and pages like Papa Pig's Dark Secret or What's Inside the Basement rack up millions of views daily. Creators are stitching together evidence from episodes and posters to claim the show hides a sinister family tragedy. The viral hook that everyone is talking about focuses on the banned episodes that supposedly got pulled from 30 different countries. It sounds explosive and makes it seem like there are lost episodes so dark they had to be yanked globally. But here's the catch. Most of these claims are actually fake. There were never episodes banned across 30 countries all at once. That specific claim is classic clickbait used to get people to click on a video. Basically, it inflates a handful of real cases and mixes them with scary stories. However, there are real and documented international changes to these episodes. These changes were driven by cultural differences and safety concerns. The dark theories are mostly just fan fiction born from small animation details. What most people do not realize is how easily a simple kids show can turn into a massive conspiracy online. This is a key detail because it shows how the internet can change how we see our childhood favorites. One of the most overlooked aspects of this story is that the show is actually broadcast in over 180 countries. With so many people watching, it is easy for a rumor to start in one place and spread everywhere else. Many are not seeing the truth here because they are too distracted by the creepy music and edited photos. Everyone is obsessed with finding a secret meaning in a show that was made for 4-year-olds. And that's putting it lightly. For starters, we have to look at how the show began back in 2004. It was created by a small team in the United Kingdom and became a massive hit almost overnight. The animation is very simple with bright colors and easy shapes. This simplicity is actually what allows people to imagine scary things in the background. Because the drawings are not complex, your brain tries to fill in the gaps. This leads to people seeing things that are not really there. Hands down, this is why the TikTok theories have become so popular recently. People take a 5-minute episode and spend hours looking at every single frame. They're looking for glitches or mistakes that they can claim are clues to a dark secret. Some creators have even made fake episodes that look just like the real thing to trick viewers. This has caused a lot of confusion for parents who see these clips and think their kids are watching something dangerous. But the rabbit hole goes so much deeper than just social media posts. The most famous case of a real ban happened in Australia. It involved an episode called Mr. Skinny Legs from the very first season. In this story, Peppa finds a spider in the bathroom. She's a little scared at first, but then Daddy Pig tells her that spiders are very small and cannot hurt her. The family ends up playing with the spider and even tucking it into a dollhouse bed. They even offer the spider a cup of tea. To people in the United Kingdom, this seems like a sweet lesson about being kind to animals. But here's the deal. Australia is home to some of the most dangerous spiders on the planet. They have spiders like the redback and the funnel web that can actually hurt people very badly. When the episode aired there, parents were absolutely terrified. They were worried that their toddlers would see Peppa playing with a spider and try to do the same thing in their own backyard. If a child in Australia tries to pick up a spider, it could be a life-threatening mistake. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation received a lot of complaints about this message. They ended up banning the episode in 2012 because it was inappropriate for their audience. See, what works in one country might be a huge safety risk in another. The crazy part is that the episode actually leaked back onto the air years later. In 2017, a television channel accidentally played it again. This caused a fresh wave of outrage from parents who thought the ban was still in place. The channel had to apologize and remove it from their rotation permanently. This was not the only time spiders caused trouble for the show. Another episode called Spiderweb was also pulled for the same reason. It's not that the episodes were evil or scary, it was just a matter of keeping kids safe from real-world dangers. This is one of the only times an episode was truly removed for a good reason. It was not a global ban, but it was enough to start the rumors that the show was being hidden from the public. A lot of people are confused about why this happened twice. It mostly came down to technical mistakes at the TV stations, but for the people watching it at home, it felt like a secret was being kept from them. This real event provided the fuel for the fake stories we see today. People took the story from the Australian spider ban and multiplied it by 30. They made it sound like every country was banning episodes for mysterious reasons. But the truth is much simpler than that. Now, one country took things much further than a simple warning label. While Australia focused on spiders, other countries had different reasons for changing the show. In Ireland, an episode called Gym Class was actually blocked. This was because of a small animation choice. One of the characters, Susie Sheep, was wearing a pink gym outfit. Because her skin is also pink, it made her look like she was not wearing any clothes at all in certain shots. Irish broadcasters thought this was not suitable for a children's show. It was a simple mistake by the animators, but it resulted in the episode being taken off the air. Then we have the situation in Italy and Russia. There is an episode called Families that introduced a character with two mothers. This was the first time the show featured a same-gender couple. In Italy, there was a huge political debate about this, and the episode was banned. Russia went even further and pulled the show from some platforms entirely because of laws regarding what they call non-traditional relationships. This shows how a cartoon can get caught in the middle of adult arguments. Even in the United States, there have been some small changes. One episode featured a character calling something stupid. American broadcasters thought that word was too mean for preschoolers to use. They did not want kids going to school and calling their friends stupid because they saw Peppa do it. So, they just stopped airing that specific part. In China, the story gets even weirder. Around 2018, Peppa Pig became a symbol for a subculture of people who were seen as slackers or gangsters. People were also getting tattoos of Peppa and making edgy memes with her face. The government did not like this at all. They saw Peppa as a threat to their social values. Because of this, thousands of videos were deleted from Chinese social media apps. It was not because the show itself was bad, but because of how adults were using the character. This created a massive headline that Peppa Pig was banned in China. In reality, kids could still watch the show on other channels. It was just the memes and the adult content that got scrubbed. This is another example of how a real story gets twisted. When people hear that China banned Peppa Pig, they assume it must be because of something scary in the show. They do not realize it was about tattoos and internet jokes. This is how the legend of the 30 banned countries grew. People started adding up every little edit and every small controversy until it sounded like a global conspiracy. But politics and safety are not the only things hiding in the shadows. Now we have to talk about the creepy theories that are actually exploding on TikTok right now. The most popular one is the secret pig in the window. Creators will zoom into a picture of Peppa's house on the hill. While the family is standing outside, there appears to be a pink face staring out of the top window. People claim this is a hidden sibling or a ghost that the parents are hiding from the world. Some even say it is an evil twin that was locked away. If you look closely at the animation, there is a small shape that looks like a snout and eyes. But here's the catch. The animation style of the show is very basic. Windows are usually just blue squares with white lines. Some reflections or the way the shapes are drawn can look like a face. This is a common thing where the human brain sees patterns in random objects. It is the same reason people see faces in the clouds. But for a TikTok creator, it is the perfect way to get millions of views. They add scary music and tell a story about a sister named Poppy who is never mentioned in the show. Another huge theory involves the basement. In one episode called The Power Cut, the lights go out in the house. Daddy Pig opens a small door under the stairs to find a flashlight. He goes down into a dark space and there is a loud crashing sound like he tripped over something. Fans have created an entire backstory about this. They claim there is a hidden basement where the family keeps secrets. Some theories say that there was another pig who was sick or had a problem, and the parents hid her down there. They use the trip sound as proof that there are chains or hidden objects in the dark. There is even a very dark theory that says the whole show is just a dream. This theory claims that Peppa was a sick child in a hospital and she imagined a whole world of animals to escape her reality. This is a very common type of story on the internet called a creepypasta. People love to take something innocent and make it as sad or scary as possible. There is absolutely no evidence from the creators that any of this is true. The basement door was just a one-time gag for a joke about Daddy Pig being clumsy. But when you're a fan of mysteries, every little detail feels like a clue. People are now looking at every episode to find more evidence of this dark past. They point to the fact that the houses are all on top of high hills. They claim this is to stay away from something dangerous on the ground. The reality is that animators just thought it looked cute to put a house on a hill. But that does not stop the rumors from spreading. Even the creators might be hiding something in the very walls of the house. So what is the actual truth about all these banned episodes and dark secrets? When you look at the facts, there's nothing truly sinister about the show. The creators are just making a simple program to teach kids how to share and be kind. The real bans were almost always about local safety or cultural differences. Australia did not want kids playing with spiders. China did not want adults using a pig to act like gangsters. Italy did not want to show different types of families at the time. These are all real-world issues that have nothing to do with ghosts or secret basements. The number of 30 countries is a total exaggeration. If you count every tiny edit or a single episode being skipped, you might get close to that number, but it was never a massive global event. The thing is, we live in a time where people love a good mystery. We like the idea that there is a secret version of our favorite shows that only a few people have seen. It makes the world feel more exciting, but when it comes to this show, what you see is what you get. It is just a family of pigs who love jumping in muddy puddles. The crazy theories are just a way for people to be creative and have fun on the internet. There is no secret sister and there is no hidden basement full of chains. Daddy Pig is just a clumsy character made for laughs. It's important to remember that not everything you see on social media is true. Most of the time, it is just someone trying to get followers by using a famous character. The show continues to be one of the most successful cartoons in history because it is simple and safe. It does not need a dark secret to be interesting to millions of kids. Next time you see a video claiming to show a banned episode, remember the story of the Australian spiders. It was a real safety concern that got turned into an internet legend. The world is full of rumors, but the truth is usually a lot less scary. We should enjoy the show for what it is and not worry about what's hiding in the windows. The final answer will change how you look at this show forever. Why do you think people are so obsessed with turning innocent children's cartoons into terrifying horror stories? Is there a deeper reason we want to believe these secrets exist? Tell us your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives.